Hello everyone, my name is Canepa. I'm from Milan, Italy, and the reason why I came to this course, the SILS course, Summer Institute for Leadership and Sustainability, is because, well, I'm interested in saving the environment and the world, and another reason is because in 2015, Milan is going to be holding the World Expo, and the theme is going to be food and sustaining world food. So food is a problem. People don't have food. Everybody needs food. Healthy food is better. Not always can we all get healthy food. So that's what I would like to talk about today. So the problem is that how many times have you gone to a supermarket in the winter and seen tomatoes and bananas being sold? I see them all the time, and they definitely don't come from the countries we live in, because our climate can't support the growth of such tropical fruits and vegetables, especially during the winter. Therefore, they have to be imported from more temperate countries, such as South America, and that creates one problem, which is pollution caused by transportation on big, humongous planes and trucks, which have to travel many miles to bring the food to where we get it and buy it. Another problem is deforestation, because the quantity of food we consume and the quantity that is imported means that there have to be very big fields called plantations, and they're usually monocultural plantations, meaning there's only one crop being grown on the big fields. This means that the plants and soil becomes more delicate, and farmers have to use chemical fertilizers and pesticides to keep their crop alive. This makes the food unhealthy though, because all of the chemicals go into the soil and therefore into the food and into the plant. So that's another problem. The use of pesticides, that's basically the biggest problem because it creates unhealthy food. The biggest solution I've thought of is buying seasonally grown food, seasonal food, and that is locally grown. I made a chart, a graph, that shows the three biggest ways to get seasonal food and local food and healthy food, which is from organic farming and buying products grown near your home and your town and your community. This will also increase it will better the agricultural economy. Therefore, everyone will find benefits from this. My project is to create a farmer's market in my community. I was inspired from Small Gifts Farm, which we went to visit earlier this week, and I found that it was very interesting. We got to meet not only very interesting people and farmers, but we saw lots of animals, and we helped doing some weeding. So we got some hands-on experience in the farm. And my area is filled with fields and farms. I actually found that there are 10 farms near my house within a 5-mile radius. So, and all of them grow crops in an organic way. I have come up with some strategies and therefore some tactics to get my project running, and I will be concentrating mostly on the people, because without the people, no one will know about my project, my farmer's market. But the first representatives I have to contact are the town hall reps, which means I am going to have to set up a meeting with them. So because they're the only ones that can make my project follow through. If they don't approve of it, I can't really do much. But they will, because everybody wants healthy food. And then I will have to convince the farmers and ask them how much they are willing to give to the farmers market and what they're going to bring to the table, so I can get a great variety of products. And then the people, I have to let them know what's going on and advertise the whole thing, the whole project, all the events. I divided my strategy into 3 phases. In phase 1, I will be meeting with the town hall reps and finding a park near my house, in my community, to host the event. Therefore, I will also have to find a right day to hold the event on, and I'm planning on having a weekly farmers market that will run in the most productive seasons of the year, meaning from spring to autumn, which creates a great variety of food and vegetables and fruits being produced. I will also have to research different ways to get people to know about the whole thing, and finding out what the farmers can actually do and how they can help with my project, because it obviously is going to benefit them. In phase 2, I will be getting a team of helpers. I will be tabling in front of the town hall and surveying people on the street that I see have interest in my project. And lastly, I will talk to farmers and let them know about the whole thing. In phase 3, I'm going to have to advertise. Once I've got my group together, my crew, I'm going to advertise the event through flyers, and I'm going to organize the last few things, so getting nice stands put up and organizing the right time, and basically just letting people know what's going to be going on. Well, once my project is concluded and the season is concluded, I'm going to have to understand if it was worthwhile, and I'm going to have to assess everything through surveys, which I will be doing both with farmers and with clients of the farmers market, and I will be interviewing both of them. And I will also have a debriefing session with my crew, so they can know and they can tell me what they think can be changed, what they think was good about the season. I also think that through donations and some sort of revenue that will come from the farmers market, I could think about the best changes and therefore apply the best changes for the following season. Well, last week we went to Hampshire College, and we each were assigned to think of a mantra. Now, mantra actually means an instrument of thought. It's Sanskrit, so ancient Indian language, and mine was sustain local food. I didn't know what my project was going to be, and it just so happened that they were connected. But it just goes to show how much food is important, and everybody needs food, and it just proves the point. Thank you.
So Marco, it sounds like you thought a lot about different people you need to interact with to bring kind of public support to this whole cause in the farmers market. I was wondering, out of the people you already know, maybe people in your community that have a propensity towards this stuff, who do you foresee yourself needing to talk to really gain the expertise necessary to bring it forward?
Okay. Well, I live in a gated community, and inside the gated community we have a CSA, so a community, we buy shares of food, and every week, farmers come and bring us their products. So I know people, my mom is one of them, and they can tell me, they have contacts directly with farmers in my area. So that's a good point to start with, because people do know the farmers in the area. Sarah.
So you say that people already have a CSA, so what would be your target customer base for the farmers market?
Well, see, the CSA is mostly in my gated community. The town is not huge, but there are many other houses outside of it, so I would just like to expand the range of clients buying from the farmers, making the economy grow as well.
You mentioned revenue from the farmers market?
Yes.
Where would that revenue be coming from? How would the market itself be sustained?
Yeah, probably the parks are all public, so people can do mostly what they want unless it's illegal. So that shouldn't be a problem. We don't have to rent a space. The revenue would come from donations, and obviously the food will have a price because you're buying it, and part of it will go to the farmers, and we will select a certain percentage that will go to the next season. So building up a little fund for the organization.
Just on that, I mean, the farmers market that I do, we just do kind of like a membership fee and then like a weekly fee. So you could think about doing that, but also that's a good idea too. See what the farmers are.
Yes.
Is this in Italy?
Yes.
Oh,
it is.
Because I'm actually really surprised that they don't have a farmers market, because so many communities in Italy do.
There are a lot of farms in Italy. Well, Italy is mostly has mostly mountains, but there are lots of farm areas. And most of the farmers just decide to sell individually. So this was just a way to get more farmers together and have just one meeting point where more people can come and buy all at once.
You might want to look if there historically has been a tradition of like open air markets or anything that you could kind of refer people back to as being part of like the culture already.
Well, yeah, there are weekly street markets in Italy. Like every town has its own street market every Saturday usually. But there are none, at least in my area.
Okay.
There are no farmers markets, so this would just be a little bit different.
It's cool though, and it's not such a huge leap for them.
Yeah.
It's not like something
It's not something totally new.
I know we talked about like joining that market, the
Yes,
street market.
we
Are you
did.
still considering that, or?
I just think they'd find it a bit of an intrusion. People just coming in and trying to take, because there are people who sell food in that market. It's not a food market, but I just thought to separate it, do it a different day of the week, and also in a different area. So, I'm not thinking of joining that market anymore. Anybody else?
All right.
Thank you.